Hello, guys. How are you today? I hope that you all are doing really well. This is the video for Dragon Day 10 Block 3. So if you are here and you are in my Block 3, then awesome job, you are in the right place. If you are not in my Block 3, then you need to exit out of this video because it is not what we are doing for your Dragon Day 10, alright? So just go ahead and scoot on out. But seriously, if you are in my Block 3, this is the right video. Awesome. We have been this week, just this week, we have solidly been talking about perimeter. And that's what we're going to end with on Friday. We're going to continue with perimeter, and we're going to end with perimeter on Friday. And then on Monday, we will talk about something new, okay? But I want you to completely and fully understand perimeter, and so that's why I'm giving you one more assignment on it, okay? Now, before I get into what the assignment is, let's go ahead and review, what exactly is perimeter. Now, if you can remember, I gave you a 3-letter word to remember when you're trying to understand perimeter. And that 3-letter made-up word is POA. And remember, I said POA is like a math snake, but instead of a boa, it's a POA. If you need me to draw a little snake here, again, I know I am not an artist, but this is my snake, guys, and I think it is a wonderful snake, okay? But I told you to remember POA, right? P for POA stands for perimeter. O, do you remember what O stands for? It's the place where perimeter is. It's not on the inside, but it's on the what? The outside. And so because perimeter is on the outside, what do we do again? We have to subtract. We have to divide. No, we have to multiply. No, we have to add, right? We've got to add. So perimeter takes place on the outside, so we add. Say perimeter, outside, add. Perimeter, outside, add. Perimeter, outside, add. All right? Now, with that being said, let me get this good and erased. Look how dirty my hands are getting. As always, right? Mr. Roy's hands always has dry erase marker on it, don't it? Even when I'm at my own apartment, I still got dry erase on my hands. All right. Let's go ahead and review this big word. Dimensions. Do you all remember that big word of dimensions? Remember, dimensions is just a fancy word, guys, for your length and your width. Okay? And remember, length is how tall. Repeat after me and do my motions. Length is how tall. Width is how wide. Length is how tall. Width is how wide. So if I had this rectangle right here, what would be the length? The 3 or the 5? Well, length is how tall, so 3 would be the length. What would be the width? Well, width is how wide, so that would be the 5, right? This would be the length, and this would be the width, right? Okay, now, going back to perimeter, we learned how to find perimeter in 2 different ways. One was with tiles, right? Or our square units. And remember, with these tiles, what you had to do was you had to count the tiles on the outside. And you could start counting your width. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you remember what you have to do with these corner tiles? You have to count twice, right? Because this square makes up your width, but it also makes up your what? Your length, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, corner piece, 8, 9, 10, 11, corner piece, 12, 13, 14. So the perimeter would be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? So the perimeter would equal 14 what? What are we dealing with? Units. Unit squares, right? So that was one way we learned how to find perimeter. Do you remember that? The other way we learned how to find perimeter is through addition. So remember, you won't always have tiles when it comes to perimeter, right? You won't always have tiles. And when you don't, you have got to add your dimensions together. But you don't just add your 3 and your 5, right? Because the outside takes place all out here, right? So you have to add the entire outside. Well, but Mr. Roy, I don't have the dimensions for this one or this one. I don't have this length and I don't have this width. Well, let's look at this. If this length is 3 centimeters, what does that mean this length needs to be if they're the same size? 3 centimeters, right? And if this width is 5 centimeters, what does that mean this width has to be? 5 centimeters, right? Now I have the dimensions for every part of my rectangle, right? So now what do I have to do? I gotta add them all together, right? So I'm gonna add 3 plus 3, my lengths, and my width, plus 5 plus 5, right? 3 plus 3 is what? 6. It's a doubles fact. 5 plus 5 is what? 10. And then 6 plus 10 is what? 16. 16 what? Units. 16 units. Right? Now, let's say that you are given a rectangle with tiles, but you have to find the perimeter by adding. How do you think I could find my dimensions for this rectangle? Well, all you would have to do is count the tiles, right? So to find my length, remember length is how tall, I would count the tiles going down, and I would go 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is my length? 4 units, right? So if I count my length by going up and down, how do you think I count my width? By going left to right, right? Because width is how wide, it's left to right, right? So let's count our tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my width is what? 4 units. Four units. Now, if this length over here is 4 units, what does that mean this length over here should probably be? 4 units, right? Let's just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 units. And so this is actually a square. If this width is 4 units, what is this width at the bottom should be? 4 units, right? Let's count and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 units. And so now that I have all of my dimensions, what do I need to do with them? Perimeter is outside, so we add, right? I'm going to add 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is basically like saying 4 times 4, right? 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16 units. See how we did that? Let's do one more together, okay? Let's do one more with the tiles and where we're finding the dimensions. All right. My hands just keep getting dirtier. All right, let's see. All right. So I have this. All right. How can I find the dimensions? How can I find the length? Remember, length is how tall. Count the squares going what? Up and down, right? Let's count the squares going up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units. If the length is 4 units over here, what does it mean it should be over here? 4 units, right? So we have the length. Now what do we need to find? So that's with the W. The width, right? How am I going to find that? Am I going to count up and down? No, I'm going to count left to right, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my width is 5 units. If it's 5 units up here, that means it should be what down here? 5 units. Let's count to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 5 units. So now what am I going to do? Add them together, right? Add everything together. 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5. Here we go. 4 plus 4 is what? 8. 5 plus 5 is what? 10. 8 plus 10? 18 units is my perimeter. 18 units. Okay, so now that we have gone over that, let's get into what your lesson is for today, your work. It's very simple, guys. Very simple, very easy to do. What you have here is kind of like a game board, okay? And you have a spinner here. And if you have a paper clip and a pencil, that is a very easy way to make a spinner. Let me... Or even if you don't, like I don't have a paper clip here. Even if you don't, you can just take a regular pencil, put it at the end here, put it here, and just kind of spin it. And whatever the tip lands on, that's what it would be, okay? Whatever the part that writes on. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a pencil and your paper clip. I want you to make a spinner of some sort, okay? And I want you to place it on your paper. And then you're going to spin it, and it's going to land on a number. Like, let's say I spin it and it lands on 3. Okay, 3 is going to be my length. So I'm going to be sure, because your first spin is going to be your length, okay? So I'm going to be sure to make a length of 3. 1, 2, 3, going up and down. Then you're going to take it and you're going to spin it again. Let's say I spin it and it lands on the 6. So that means I have to have a width of what? I have to draw a rectangle with a width of what? Of 6. So I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to make my rectangle. Just like that. I spun a 3, so I made a length of 3. What is this? 3 what? 3 units, right? And and then I spun again, and I got a width of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. And then what you're going to do is you're going to find the perimeter. How do I find the perimeter? I add it all together, and you're going to put it inside of your little box here, okay? I add it all together. So I'm going to add 3 plus 3 plus 6 plus 6. What's 3 plus 3? 6. What's 6 plus 6? 12. And 12 plus 6 equals what? 18 units. Do you see how I did that? Okay, so guys, the directions is easy. Spin it 1 time, that's your length. Draw out your length. Spin it 2 times, that's your width. Draw out your width. Write down the dimensions like I did, and then find the perimeter. That's all you have to do. I want you to do this 5 times, okay? So I want to see 5 different rectangles that you have created and found the perimeter for. Just 5, okay? Got it? So that's what we're going to do today. That is your assignment. That is your assignment, okay? All right, guys, that's all for today. Guys, I hope, I'm getting emails and text messages like crazy. Guys, I hope that you all are staying safe. I hope that you all are staying healthy. I want you to know that I miss you guys a bunch and that I love you guys. And I hope that we eventually will get to come back to school. Hopefully after spring break, we'll get to come back to school and we'll get to have regular class. Because it's just a lot easier, and I miss you all and I want to see you guys. And so if you have any questions, if you have any concerns or anything like that, if there's anything I can do for you guys, please do not hesitate to email me, Facebook message me, send me a message on Class Dojo, anything. Please do not hesitate to ask, okay? Also, please do not forget to take a picture of your assignment and to send it to me through Class Dojo. That way I can make sure that you did your work. And is there anything else? I feel like there is, and I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, have a good weekend. All right? After today, you have the weekend off, and I will see you again on Monday where we will talk about something new, something called Area, all right? And that will be our Dragon Day 11, okay? Oh, yeah. No, that should not be your Dragon Day 11. But anyways, okay. All right, and that's all. All right. See ya. Bye.